Do this as we can start, please.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Good evening.
the weekly
Good evening
meeting
to everybody. Good
number
evening, Dr.
2243 of Rotary Club Chandigarh Midtown is called to order. Now I hand over the meeting to the President Sanjay Bhatia.
Good evening, Deepak.
Over to you, Sanjay.
ये कपड़ा तो किसी को दे दिया था दिल्ली में राम जी को।
गुड इवनिंग सर, गुड इवनिंग।
Good evening.
आप लिया था उनको मैंने कल
Sanjay,
आना।
over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So, good evening and welcome to all the members for our 11th meeting of this year. We do have some guests today. I think Rishi is here, who had contacted me a week ago, expressing interest to join the club, and I said, "Ki Rishi, are you there?" I think he's sort of lost connection. Anyway, so we start with invocation by Anne Asha Vats. I'm glad to have you back here. I think this is probably your first meeting this year that you are attending.
Ma'am, can you hear? Ji, ma'am.
Asha, what?
Anji, Asha ma'am, you can kindly proceed with the invocation. Yes.
She can't. She may be muted, yeah.
And all my dear friends, we pray to God not only because we need something from Him.
We can't hear.
Not audible.
Ma'am, you just have to be a little louder. Your voice is coming, but you just have to be a little louder.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
Better.
We pray to God not only because we need anything from Him, but there is a lot to thank Him for. I searched God and found only myself. I searched myself and found only God. This is the gist of today's invocation. हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, भेद भाव अपने दिल से साफ कर सके, दोस्तों से भूल हो तो माफ कर सके, झूठ से बचे रहे, सच कदम भरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मुश्किलें पड़े तो हम पे इतना कर्म कर, साथ दे तो धर्म का, चले तो धर्म पर, खुद पे हौसला रहे, बदी से ना डरे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति देना, मन विजय करे, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद को जय करे। हमको मन की शक्ति दे। थैंक यू।
Nice. Very nice.
Thank you, Asha ma'am. This was lovely, and we really are indeed, privileged and glad to see you in full colors, in full health and vigor.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, ma'am. And I do hope we will see you every Friday. Normally, I message to several members when the meeting is about to start, or even within 5-10 minutes to keep joining. Today, I thought the topic is very relevant, very important. So I did not really message to individuals. I've just given a link to members on Midtowner WhatsApp group again to join. So as you are all aware, we are in the month of September, which is the Rotary designated month for basic education and literacy. One of the most apt quote, which we have heard for a long time is, you give a man fish, you feed him for a day, and you teach him how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I think that explains the relevance and the importance of education to everyone. If we talk to people about Rotary, people who may not be aware, when we talk to friends about Rotary, while on the one hand, we would be highlighting what Rotary has done for polio eradication, with equal importance, I think we would talk of Rotary's contribution to education and literacy. The two words are very important. When we say education and literacy, it covers children, it covers adult literacy, it covers gender disparity, it covers infrastructure, and it also covers teachers. There are teacher training programs also, which Rotary encourages us to have. Even if I just look at all of you who are attending today's meeting, it really gives me pleasure that when it comes to education, we have stalwarts in our own club. And if we have to frame, let's say, and I'm not boasting, if we have to frame a policy for India, I think we have very, very qualified members in our club with a lot of experience who can definitely contribute with their ideas and with their experience for, what the country has to do for the future. So that is a basic theme, and we have the chair for the Education Literacy Committee. We have Dr. Harinderjeet Kaur. So I'd like to now invite her to take over the proceedings for the meeting today. Dr. Harinderjeet, over to you.
Thank you, President Sanjay Bhatia ji. जी मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Very clear, ma'am.
Okay. विद्या ददाति विनयम, विनयम ददाति पात्रताम, पात्रत्वात् धनम आपनोति, धनम धर्मम तत् सुखम. यानी अल्टीमेटली विद्या जो है वो सब तरह के सुख देने वाली होती है. Good evening everyone. We are here to celebrate one more week related to literacy or education. Basically, September is month of literacy. We have celebrated Teachers' Day last week to salute, to honor our gurus. Today we are celebrating International Literacy Day, which falls on September 8 every year. United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization proclaimed this day as International Literacy Day in its General Conference in 1966. And since 1967, celebrations of this day are take place annually around the world to remind the public of the importance of literacy as a matter of dignity and human rights, and to advance its literacy agenda towards a more literate and sustainable society. It stated in its conference, the hundreds of millions of illiterate adults still existing in the world make it essential to change national education policies. What literacy is? Basically, literacy is ability to read, write, to identify, understand, interpret, communicate using printing and written material. But unfortunately, latest report by UNESCO says even today, at least 773 million adults worldwide lack basic learning skills. 617 million children and adolescents are not achieving proficiency levels in reading and mathematics. And in India, survey 2017-18 says literacy rate in India is 77.7%. ठीक आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am.
Literacy theme 2020. International Literacy Day 2020 focuses on literacy techniques and learning in COVID-19 and beyond, especially role of educators and changing pedagogies. The theme highlights literacy learning in lifelong learning perspective and therefore mainly focus on youth and adults. On the occasion of International Literacy Day, Union Education Minister Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank tweeted, "There can be no joy greater than reading and no friend greater than knowledge." Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji also said on this day, "We promise to work towards achieving 100% literacy by complying with reforms within the National Education Policy 2020." And today we have among us Rotarian Anjali Chhabra to throw the light on the education policies 2020, which were rolled out in recent past by central government. Before that, I would like to invite Mrs. Lalita Prasad to introduce the speaker of the day to the audience. Mrs. Lalita Prasad, please. Lalita ji. Shuchi Lalita ji hai na?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I be heard? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us today an eminent educationist from the CBSE, Mrs. Anjali Chhabra, Deputy Secretary and heading CBSE Center of Excellence, Chandigarh. And she has been working with CBSE since 2011. Previously, she was a college lecturer in English in Abohar and Ropar. Her qualifications are BCom, BEd, MA English from Punjab University, and her hobbies, stitching, traveling, and she's also an avid reader. As you all know, that the CBSE has recently released the new education policy, bringing in a revolutionary change in the education policy was really much needed in our country. The much multidisciplinary education is not a new thing to our education system. The Gurukuls had a long tradition of holistic and multidisciplinary learning since the early ages. And CBSE has brought it to the fore, updating it to suit the prevalent conditions. I declare the forum open for Anjali Chhabra to apprise us of the details and her opinion of the new education policy. It is going to take a long time to get started because of initial teething problems, but we are all looking forward to the new policy because I think it is the need of the day. Thank you. Over to Anjali Chhabra.
So much about me. The expectations must have been tremendous, and I hope I'll be able to meet that. As Sanjay sir said, there are a lot of people in this forum who can frame an education policy. So due regard to everyone who's there, our president Sanjay Bhatia ji, our secretary Suchi Thakur, and everyone, every Rotarian present here who is listening to me. And I'm so thankful to all of you for coming to this meeting. In spite of some of the people think that this is a very boring topic. हमें क्या लेना है education policy से, since our children have all grown up, सब पढ़ चुके हैं. So, but seeing all of you here gives me a lot of encouragement that there are people who still think about everything related to education, and it is very encouraging also, since experience is always जी sir. Hello.
Carry on.
Carry on, please.
So we have a PPT with us which talks about government's point of view. It is uploaded on our website also, MHRD website. So I tweaked it a little for us. I generally feel that in a session, if it is in discussion mode, it is always fruitful. Something coming from one side and continuously listening it for 10-20 minutes is little difficult. So I would be very happy if you keep discussing things. You must all have by now, seeing your enthusiasm and interest in the education, have read this policy. So what I will be doing in this session is I will be explaining you what is there in the school education, which is there in the national education policy, and how far CBSE is already doing whatever is there in the education policy to a large extent. We have been a very progressive board, and we have already done many things which are talked about in this national education policy 2020. So I will be relating that too, and then we will be seeing the gaps also which our education system, both public and private education has, and as a organization, as Rotary also, we can, as Sanjay sir was asking me one day, what can we do for the government schools in the periphery also, to just bring them together on the same platform where private schools are. So we can just have ideas from this discussion. I will not call it a lecture or something. I'm nobody in front of all of you to give any kind of lecture. I am there to learn from you also, so that it will be, I'll be very happy if it is a discussion mode. So Suchi will be helping me with the PPT, and I would request for the next slide. So first we will see what is policy. So anything where when we start doing something in any field, we first frame some policy or we plan. That is a basic thing in the management schools are also taught. So policy is anything which is formulated to promote, enhance education policy, to promote, enhance and improve the education system of a nation. So in our country also, 2020 aims at improving the overall standard of education in the country. It covers all aspects of education, be it elementary, higher, adult education. So this policy also talks about everything. It addresses the needs of both rural, urban areas of the country and all the citizens of all age groups and capabilities. So here also this policy tries to bridge the gaps between rural schools and urban schools, small setup, big setup, private schools, public schools, and it is also talking about gender sensitivity in schools, of education of the children with special needs and people with different abilities who are not who have been put into a separate school sometimes, and sometimes it is in an inclusive school also. So first we will see, we had earlier from this, from NEP 2020 earlier, we had two education policies which came before this. So the first was in 1968 after Kothari Commission gave its various recommendations, and then our then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi thought of formulating a India's first national education policy. This policy, obviously, as per the demand of that time, talked about equal opportunities for all sections, all religion, all kind of children, everybody. So in the first policy, it was aimed at to give education to everyone and free and compulsory education to children up to the age of 14. So it was first time documented. Learning of regional languages and three-language formula. Three-language formula, I think everybody knows, had been very controversial also. Even till date, it has been talked about, debated on, and that was all the outcomes. Of course, with many other things, but these were the major things which the first education policy talked about. Then in 1986, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi again came up with the national education policy, and it also talked about equal opportunity, but the major thrust was upon education of SC, ST categories and women education. So that was a new thing in that policy. It also talked about child-centric approach. Child-centric approach means पहले teacher बोल रहा है और बच्चा सिर्फ सुन रहा है. Teacher is not participating. That is what I was saying. This discussion should also not be teacher-centric. Though I am not a teacher, I am just giving an example. So the children are also given equal opportunity to participate, say what they feel, and are focused upon. It's not that what you want to teach them, it should also be taken into consideration what their capabilities are and what they want to study or what they can study. Special focus on primary education by launching Operation Blackboard, and then following Gandhian philosophy, which insisted on rural setup of education, more universities in rural setup. गांव में बहुत ज़्यादा स्कूल और यूनिवर्सिटीज खोलने की बात की गई, और and more open universities like Indira Gandhi National Open University, which was established in 1985. So this new education policy, 2020, is our third education policy, and it talks about developing good human beings. It talks more about our moral, ethical, and life skills development, which is very, very important in the present times also. Even in the management schools, even in the engineering colleges, I have observed that major thrust is on life skills. Where we are lacking today is on life skills. Life skills, majorly empathy, your communication skills, your interpersonal skills, and all these things. So this talk about that. This talks about resilience, scientific temper, creative imagination with sound ethical moving and values. It aims at producing engaged, productive, and contributing citizens for building an equitable, inclusive, and plural society, as mentioned in our constitution, as our constitution desires, or as the builders of this nation have put in the constitution. Next, Suchi. So this is a little background about all the three policies. So vision of this new policy, as we have talked about, is to create an equitable society where a human being is free to think, where a human being is free to unleash its creative energies, where a human being is given chance to explore its life skills and implement on the constructive things, where we develop respect for rights, duties, ethics, constitutional values, and all these things. It also has a vision to develop skills. India is a country with the youngest population, but the only problem is we do not have enough skilled people. The skill education is very, very important for us to develop now. So it also puts a thrust on that so that we can compete globally. Next. एक बड़ी बात कही जाती है that we have engineering college at every 2 kilometer or 3 kilometer in the country wherever we go, but we hardly produce good engineers. So that is a very, very important thing to ponder over. We have to think about it, that where we are going wrong. So Another thing which this policy talks about is ensuring universal access to education at all levels. Amir, Garib, Bacha, Buda, those who are not educated, those who are with less facilities, those who are economically not backward, those who are socially backward, women education, migrant laborers education issues, all these things have been talked about in this policy. So there are multiple pathways involving both formal and non-formal education modes to achieve this goal of ensuring universal access to education. Government has also talked about building new schools. So it has ensured in this educational policy that both government and non-government philanthropic organizations will be given chances to build new schools. Though even now we are also building schools. Many organizations build schools. Sanatan Dharm School hai, Arya Samaj School hai, DAVs are there. A lot of organizations are working, but still more are required. So everybody who wants to get into education will be given a chance to open a school. Then if you have been into any government school recently in Chandigarh, you must have seen on the walls of the schools in outside every classroom there is a chart pasted where it is written learning outcomes. So learning outcomes are basically the targets which a teacher or the organization or the school or NCERT or CBSE sets for themselves कि यहाँ तक हमारा बच्चा इस क्लास के बाद पहुंचना चाहिए. So that is learning outcome. So that focus is more on in this policy also. Bringing back dropouts is a major challenge for us. So even during this pandemic, children have gone home with their parents. They have walked many hundred of kilometers, and it's very difficult to map each and every child and see where the child is, how they are getting information about their examination and all these things. So government is planning that all the children will be mapped, why they drop out from the school, those reasons will be documented and worked upon, and then these children will be given opportunities to attend the school again as per their level of learning which they have achieved, and they will be provided opportunities in the school to just move from that level ahead. ऐसा नहीं है किसी ने तीसरी क्लास में ड्रॉप आउट कर दिया और तीसरी का भी अगर उसको पूरा सिलेबस नहीं आता तो किसी भी तरीके से ये नहीं सोचा जाएगा कि उस बच्चे को तीसरी से के बाद चौथी में ही बैठना जरूरी है. The system should be so flexible that we will be able to see his learning capabilities. We will be able to map the ability he or she has achieved, and then accordingly the next level of learning or opportunity will be given to him or her. And special focus will be on opening working towards open schools also, National Institution of Open Learning, NIOS as we call it, and state institutions of open learning will be given more facilities, more planning will be done in that so that these children get the opportunity to study. Alternative centers and innovative education centers, like if suppose we are doing classes, Harinder ma'am is doing wonderful job. They are doing classes, I keep seeing in the WhatsApp group, for elderly people, for in the peripheries, in the small colonies and all these things. So these are all kind of alternative centers, and where retired people will be involved, scientists can be retired scientists, all these people who are highly educated can be involved, and they will be helping the government, holding hands and doing something in the field of education. Then peer tutoring, of course, आपस में एक दूसरे की मदद करना, that will be also there. The next slide. So it's like I said, we set our goals for each and every class. Similarly, government thought that if we are giving learning outcomes to children, why not for us also? So expected
device का audio कौन सा क्या किया?
जी sir.
Sorry, please go ahead.
Okay. So expected outcomes are universalization of access from एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन, प्री स्कूल की भी बात की गई है, विच वी विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट इन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, एंड टिल सेकेंडरी एंड सीनियर सेकेंडरी. इक्विटी एंड इंक्लूजन, सभी को शिक्षा मिले, एंड इंक्लूजन मीन्स एवरीबडी शुड बी इंक्लूडेड. This talks about first time of the third gender also. Gender equality should be there, not only male female, it talks about transgender also. So bringing back 2 crores out of school children, it's an alarming number. 2 crore students just drop out of school. They just don't have the opportunity to move further. Maybe उनमें से कोई इतने talented बच्चे भी निकल जाते हों जो बहुत अच्छे डॉक्टर्स और इंजीनियर्स और पेंटर्स और कहानी कहने वाले बन सकते हैं. So we need to bring them back. Attain SDG goals of retaining all children in school until completion of secondary education. So this has to be achieved. Improve quality and achievement of learning outcomes, foundational literacy and numeracy, focus on 21st century skills, resource sharing, school complexes. This also we have already been ahead of time. We are doing this. Effective governance, overcoming all the language barriers, and common standards for public and private school education, which is a very, very important thing. We need to bridge this gap between private and public education system. Next. So somebody in the chat box was asking about this. So we have come to this slide. So can we have a little up? I can't see the whole slide. It's okay if we can't do that. No, that is previous slide only.
Sorry, we can't do that.
Okay,
Anjali,
it's okay. Okay. So earlier we had this 3 plus 10 plus 2 some kind of a system, education system. जो 10 plus 2 जो मेरे पापा बताते हैं, पहले वो FA करते थे, फिर एक +1 जैसा कुछ था. Then it was existing academic structure, which is 10 plus 2 system. Now there will be a new system in which there will be a foundational stage, then there will be preparatory stage, then there will be middle stage, and then secondary stage. So here 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, 3 years in Anganwadi preschool and 12 years in normal school. So this is a very, very unique thing about this education system, this policy, that this for the first time talks about Anganwadi and primary schools, pre-primary schools in government setup also. We already have many preschools. Our children are going to the preschools. They are very good schools where they get to learn many things in the playway method. They don't carry books, they don't have homework, they enjoy their I've seen Ayan was so happy going to play school, and now he wants to go back from normal school to also play school. So that's the beauty of that school, that children really enjoy, and I can say that he learned a lot there. So preschools are very important for our total education system, and we need to, this is high time we pay attention to that. So in this foundational stage, there will be 5 साल तक वो फाउंडेशन का जो स्टेज है वो है, जिसमें आपका जो बच्चा है वो 3 साल तक आंगनवाड़ी में रहेगा और 2 साल उसके पहली और दूसरी क्लास के रहेंगे. दैट मीन्स जो प्री स्कूल या आंगनवाड़ी जो आजकल जो चलती हैं बहुत जगह, that will be one thing only. Anganwadi is a preschool only, and it will be strengthened. These preschools or Anganwadis can be set up in altogether new buildings or in separately, or it can be established within primary school. And then they will come to the preparatory stage, 3 years, where they play, discover, activity-based, interactive classroom learning. The formal 1 to 2 years, ages 6 to 8, पहली और दूसरी क्लास में जब वो जाएंगे, तो पूरा जो आपका सिस्टम है वो खेल खेल में उनको सिखाना, उनको उनकी जो कॉग्निटिव स्किल्स हैं, उनके जो साइकोमोटर स्किल्स हैं, उनकी जो दूसरे स्किल्स हैं, उनको एनहांस करना, क्योंकि हमारे ये established study है that till 6th year we almost develop our brain. We learn whatever the basics of life we learn till class 6. Though we keep learning throughout our life, but that is the most important part of learning in our life. In the middle stage, we come to class 3 to 5, 3 years of middle stage, and then 3 years of no, this is something, just give me a second. 5 plus 3 plus 4, 4 जब निकल जाएगा फिर 3 साल आपके 8 से 11 साल की उम्र तक के, तीसरी से 5वीं क्लास में, फिर अगले 3 साल 6ठी से 8वीं क्लास में, और फिर चौथा साल 4 साल जो है वो 9वीं से 12वीं क्लास में. तो इसमें जो मेजर थ्रस्ट है दैट इज ऑन एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग. Though we keep listening about experiential learning, it is not a new thing. We keep learning through our experiences, but it is never taken to our classroom. So we have also developed a very beautiful manual on experiential learning. If somebody wants to see, it is on CBSE website. You can go and have a look. And we are talking about experiential learning on various platforms before this policy came also. So experiential learning is basically the child will learn through his or her own experiences. Any concept which is being taken up in the classroom will be connected to the experiences the child already have in the life. It will not come out of a blue and child will not think ये कहाँ से आ गया, ये तो मुझे एक नई चीज है, and then it encourages rote learning also. So this is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So अब 18 साल का जो बच्चा है वो 12वीं क्लास को पास कर पाएगा. जो पहले 5 साल है वो प्री प्राइमरी में ही रहेगा, देन उसकी जो फर्दर मिडिल और सेकेंडरी स्टेजेस है उसके ऊपर. सो 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 years. The present, what is existing system, Anupam Jain ma'am is asking. Is it that or exit system? So reduction in curriculum is the first thing which is aimed at. That does not mean that important things will go out of syllabus. It's not that. Only important things which are basics and necessary for any subject, that will be there, and more focus will be on core essentials, developing critical thinking of the child, developing interactive classrooms where discussions are held, where children can talk about things, where children relate things to the outside world, where teachers can take them to the outside world and they can talk about developing their basic understanding of a subject. So only those necessary parts of the syllabus which develop the basic understanding of whether it's science, maths, languages, or any other subject will be there in the syllabus. And of course, experiential learning, which promotes fun and creativity and developing on the already existing knowledge of a child.
Next.
Yes, next. Sorry. So then focus on learning outcomes, competencies, and subject integration. I will not do it from this slide. I'll just tell you otherwise also. Competency-based learning means building the competency of the child. So for that, you first have to identify what a child is capable of. What is the child's attitude towards various things. उसका aptitude क्या है, उसका attitude towards various things क्या है, उसकी competencies उसी से develop होंगी. A child who has a flair for languages can be further motivated to be a good writer, to be a good content writer, to be a good story writer or storyteller, something like that. So we are preparing modules. We are preparing various training modules also for teachers, which are focusing on telling teachers also what competency-based education is and how that can be taken into the classroom. So CBSE is already doing all these things, and then integration of subject. Integration of subjects we have already done through integration of art education. We did a beautiful thing of making one period for physical education compulsory in schools, and we got a very beautiful appreciation letter from Sachin Tendulkar when we did that. and that is also there on our website to see. And he was extremely happy when CBSE did that for encouragement of sports. So integrating ICT, storytelling, we are developing a very beautiful manual on storytelling as pedagogy also. So all these things have been taken into NEP now, since this is very, very important that we move forward towards this kind of education, leaving behind the traditional classroom teacher-student kind of a teaching. Then developing scientific temper. And Suti, can you go just one previous slide?
ये ठीक है?
नहीं, इससे पीछे से पीछे वाली एक उसमें चीज कुछ इससे पीछे की.
Sorry, I'm still okay. Is this
ये आगे जा रही है शुचि पीछे.
Okay, I don't know. Let me. Sorry, I'll just. Okay, I'll just share.
There is a 2-day thinking kind of a workshop is also going on MHRD website on NEP today and tomorrow also. Various people are talking about the feedback which schools have given on NEP. So we can see that also. Then emphasis on digital literacy. This COVID has told us that how important it is to know technical things and be digitally literate and know how to operate. And of course, the coming time is of coding. I was seeing on Facebook, there is an advertisement from some white junior agency which is teaching coding to the children. So the future is coding only. So all those students who have a deep interest in that will be given this opportunity to learn coding in the school. And we have already introduced artificial intelligence course in the schools through our skill education department. So we already have done this in CBSE. Promotion of multilingual teaching. This is again an important thing which NEP talks about. Till date, we are teaching in English medium, most of the private schools, and in some government schools, both the options are given, either English medium or Hindi medium. Since we are doing a project in Chandigarh called Critical and Creative Thinking Skills Development with all the schools, and here I have seen in government schools, all the students want to be in the English medium class because there is a prestige attached to that. They don't want to be in Punjabi medium or Hindi medium class. And the problem is in the English medium classroom also, they do not understand the English medium actually, but they have been taught in either Hindi medium or translation, or they understand through that, and in the paper they just mug up the things and just write it down in the English. And we are facing a huge problem with that because in the test which we are going to appear as a country in 2021, most of you must be aware of PISA, is testing your reading competency also. And I am sad to share that Chandigarh has a very, very poor reading speed of children, reading and understanding the things both. And we are working on that, and we are into right direction, achieved a little bit also. Hopefully we achieve more. Next, so in this policy, the government says that till class 5, regional language or your mother tongue will be your medium of instruction, and after that it will be a choice.
Next.
Now next. So innovative pedagogy, transforming teaching learning process. There are a lot of things which are suggested in that: experiential learning, integrated pedagogy where art, storytelling, all these things can be integrated in classroom, promotion of peer tutoring, equal weightage, no hard separation between co-curricular, curricular activities, bilkul uska demarcation khatam kar denge, freedom of choosing a variety of subject combination to be provided. So here also we as board, I feel so proud when I tell this that we already have no demarcation when we are offering subjects in 11, 12. It is schools which are doing that because higher education demands that. If you want to be a doctor, you need to read to study physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, all these subjects. But if a school has this capability or wants to offer a child can study physics with music, we have given this freedom as a board. We never restrict a child to follow a certain pattern. And this same thing is talked about in NEP. All the schools will be offering all the subjects, and I hope higher education also accepts that and can be more flexible in giving this kind of courses further in higher education, so that children can take advantage of this. Bagless days we are doing in Chandigarh, and we are very successful, and that children are so happy when they come without bags to the school. And in government schools, maximum strength is on the day which are bagless, and they learn during all during these bagless days through fun activities. Various organizations are helping us, and use of integrated technology, various kind of things which we are using already and which we are promoting. Chandigarh government school, Suchi, please next. Chandigarh government schools have come a long way. There are a lot of beautiful things they are doing. Teachers are really working very, very hard. I feel so happy when I go to any. I went to this school where a principal is Mrs. Seema. That is in 38 की side पे कहीं वो school है. And when I entered the school, I couldn't believe that this is a government school. It had such beautiful infrastructure, and children were so well behaved and disciplined and so quick to answer everything. Really wonderful. So next thing which NEP talks about is textbooks. So they have already asked NCERT to revamp all the textbooks so that with the national importance thing, local contexts are also provided. One day I was discussing something, and one of my friends said, we have never read Punjab history in our history books. It's always national history. So that wo shikayat agar kisi ko bhi hai, that will be gone, I think, in the new books which we are going to have through this. So SCRTs, NCERT, both will be working hard to bring local state flavor to the textbook, so that children feel that this is their own thing, so that children don't feel that something outside of their state has come, though they will be reading that also, but the contextualization is very important. Affordable, high quality, energized textbook will be provided on Diksha portal. There are a lot of material on Diksha portal, lot of material which we have uploaded, which teachers have worked on during this pandemic, which is called, the project is called Vidyadan, and lot of good videos, PPTs, lesson plans, lot of material is there right from class 1 to class 12 across all boards, all states, including CBSE, is uploaded on Diksha website with beautiful modules developed for teachers also for training, and they provide certificate too. Concerted efforts through suitable changes in curriculum and pedagogies to significantly reduce the weight of school bags and textbooks. So beautiful तरीके से टेक्स्ट बुक में टीचर को ये बताया भी जाए कि पेडागोजी क्या इस्तेमाल करें, वो सारी चीजें भी अभी भी अगर आप एनसीईआरटी की किताब देखें तो in the text boxes there are little things which are given which are very interesting. So this kind of approach will continue with that. Next, Suchi. So then all these things are there. पहले तो इसको मैं जो हमने किया उसको conclude कर देती हूँ. So from the initial stages, literacy and numeracy has been very very stressed upon. आज के भी प्रधानमंत्री जी के भाषण में यही बात कही गई कि जो प्राइमरी स्टेजेस पे न्यूमरेसी और लिटरेसी आप गुना भाग कर पाएं और बेसिक चीजें पढ़ पाएं, इस बात के ऊपर बहुत ज्यादा फोकस है. Then of course learning outcomes, then of course change in pedagogy, then of course including the dropouts in the school system, then of course including reducing this dropout rate also, then reframing of curriculum in the light of all these changes. Then they talk about multilingual things till class 5. The instruction should be in mother tongue or regional language, and after that you can opt for anything. So then comes the most important thing, exam कैसे होगा. पेपर में क्या आएगा, बोर्ड खत्म हो जाएगा, बोर्ड रहेगा कि नहीं रहेगा, बोर्ड एग्जाम देंगे कि नहीं देंगे। तो ये सारी चीजें, एक चीज मैं सबसे पहले जो बोलूंगी, बोर्ड एग्जाम रहेगा। So you will have to appear for 10th board and 12th board, but with this thing the board exams will be made easier. No, easier not that कि paper बहुत आसान आएगा, but in many different ways you will be given opportunities to appear at different times. You will be given opportunity to have exam twice in the year. First you can appear as your regular exam, then if you want to improve you can take the second one, or you can drop the first one and appear in the second one. So people are working on this, all these modalities, and all the boards have been asked to just restructure all these things, and we are so happy that we have already started working on this, and we are including multiple choice questions this year in classes 10th and 12th, this from this time onwards. In 2020, last year we started this reform. 10% of the whole board exam paper was changed. There were higher order thinking skill questions. Eventually now this will be 20% this year, and eventually we will be increasing it 10% per year. So one day I hope we will have a question paper which will give chance to the children to drop the whole rote learning thing and attempt also based on his creative critical thinking. On the questions will be more challenging, problem solving, all these things will be included. So key stages in examination will be 3, 5 and 8. तो यहाँ पर उनकी जो अचीवमेंट है उसको ट्रैक किया जाएगा कि बच्चे का लर्निंग आउटकम आप अचीव कर पाए, जो आप उसको सिखाना चाहते थे उसने कितना सीखा, नेक्स्ट उसको इम्प्रूवमेंट की कितनी जरूरत है. All these things will be tracked in class 3, 5 and 8. Then achievement of critical learning outcomes. Testing of focus will be on achieving learning outcomes, as I said. Moving away from rote learning, so they will be given more real life situations, more critical evaluative kind of questions, more problem solving things. So they will be there will be focus in the board exam also on these things. Result of school examination will be used only for development purpose and for continuous monitoring and further development. So the assessment will not be a burden on the child or a kind of competition ki ye first aa gaya aur wo second aa gaya. So reforming examination in grades 9 and 12 including board exams will be made easier, as I said. Viable models to be explored. We are working on that. There are people who are working on this. So it says that the 2 part of exams, objective type and descriptive, we have already done that from last year, and other boards are also doing that. Many boards are in consultation with CBSE also doing all these reforms. So this year also we will be having multiple choice questions, and that will be uploaded on the website soon, the sample question paper. So जिन के बच्चे 10वीं 12वीं में पढ़ते हैं वो बिल्कुल sample papers की wait करनी शुरू कर देंगे अब लोग. So guidelines will be prepared by NCERT and SCERTs and various boards. Teachers to be prepared for transformation in assessment system. This is the timeline by 22-23. Each school board shall ensure equivalence of academic standards in learners attainment. So there will be a parity among boards also. पहले हम कभी-कभी कहते थे कि पंजाब बोर्ड से नंबर ज्यादा आ जाते हैं, सीबीएसई बोर्ड से कम आते हैं, राजस्थान बोर्ड में बहुत ज्यादा आ जाते हैं, यूपी बोर्ड में बहुत सारे बच्चे फेल हो जाते हैं. So this kind of disparity needs to be tackled, and this people are working towards that. All the boards are working on that. Each school board shall ensure equivalence of academic standards. Standard norms and guidelines for school boards through Parakh National Center. This center, Suchi, you can move ahead. So this center, this Parakh जो सिस्टम है, ये एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बनाई जाएगी, एक डिपार्टमेंट बनाया जाएगा जो स्कूलों की एक्रेडिटेशन भी करेगा कि कौन सा स्कूल किस स्तर तक अपने गोल अचीव कर चुका है और उसको आगे क्या करना होगा, जिस तरीके से नैक कॉलेजेस की एक्रेडिटेशन करता है उस तरीके से. So transforming the culture of assessment, this we have already talked about. You can move ahead. इसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट बात यह है कि बोर्ड तो रिफॉर्म करेंगे ही करेंगे, so that this menace of private tuitions also go away. NTA has also been asked to improve the standards of their entrance exams, ताकि वो एंट्रेंस एग्जाम भी ऐसे हो कि बच्चा जो है वो 8वीं क्लास से ही उसकी तैयारी करनी शुरू ना कर दे, वो इन कोचिंग सेंटर, विद्या मंदिर और इन सब जगहों पर ना जाए। जो आपका रिपोर्ट कार्ड है, दैट विल आल्सो बी चेंज्ड, इट विल कवर ऑल द होलिस्टिक प्रोग्रेस ऑफ द चाइल्ड। उसमें पीयर असेसमेंट रहेगा, टीचर का असेसमेंट रहेगा और सेल्फ इवैल्यूएशन भी रहेगा। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। Multilingual and power of language learning, this we have already talked about. Next slide. Next कर दो सूची, हमने बात कर ली है। Then there comes the school complexes. School complexes बनाने की बात हो रही है कि छोटे छोटे स्कूल एक दूसरे के साथ, बड़ा छोटा स्कूल हैंड होल्डिंग करे। हमारे पहले यहाँ हम सहोदया ग्रुप थे, अभी हम लास्ट टू लास्ट ईयर से एक हब्स ऑफ लर्निंग करके हमने शुरू किया अक्रॉस इंडिया। Five CBSE schools have been hand-holded by one school whose performance standards are good. So they will be helping each other, sharing resources, teachers, every resource they will be sharing and pulling each other up with each other's support. Standard setting and accreditation we have also already talked about. There will be school accreditation assessment framework which we are already working, and this is also in part of NEP. So schools will be standardized in future. Next. This will help bridging the gap. Then teacher education, again, 4-year integrated B.Ed minimum degree qualification for teaching. It includes student teaching of local schools. 2 years B.Ed for applicants with the existing bachelor degree in other specialized subjects, and 1 year B.Ed course for those who have completed the equivalent of 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor's degree of obtaining a master. I think teacher education तक ही हम इसमें बात करें, school education की हम पूरी बात कर चुके हैं। This is how the teachers will be placed in the schools. और continuous teacher assessment के लिए 50 hours का ट्रेनिंग जो है वो टीचर के लिए कहा गया और प्रिंसिपल के लिए भी इसमें पॉलिसी में कहा गया है। So all these are the major highlights of this NEP. Suchi, we can just close this PPT.
Okay, Anjali.
So all these things are talked about in NEP, all these board exams, how things will be changing and all these things. I hope I have not missed on anything. Assessment we have talked. Then एक NCF जो है National Curriculum Framework 2005 में आया था. NCERT has already been told to prepare NCF 2021 in a year's time. So NCERT is already working on that. So hopefully we will have NCF next year, which talks in detail about how to implement all these things. So now I would request you to ask anything if you want to, any question related to, or we can discuss what is left or what should be there more in the education policy. Thank you.
Hello, Anjali ji, this multilingual approach would be very difficult to initiate in schools, I think, since India has 22 languages and so many more dialects. How are you going to handle that?
Ma'am, for that teachers will be trained first. So that also NEP talks about that slowly and gradually it will take place. It will not be an overnight thing कि कल से हम multilingual approach कर देंगे. ऐसा नहीं है. It will take time and gradually we will move towards it. We had one slide on timeline also. It is mentioned in the NEP also what is the timeline. So ये अभी जाकर कहीं 2040 तक ये सारे targets achieve करने की बात कर रही है government.
Okay.
So it will take time. Yes, okay. It will take time.
And I think your idea of out-of-box ideas and vocational studies and skill development is a great idea, because what happens is our children graduate and expecting good jobs, and after graduation, since they don't have any skills, they do not get any job.
They do not get.
That's a very good idea that you have put forth.
It's all NEP, ma'am. I'm just conveying what the government has already done. So, but of course, CBSE is working very hard towards that. We are fortunate that our chairperson, Dr. Mrs. Anita Karwal, who was our chairman prior to this present one chairperson, she is now education secretary. So she knows the potential of CBSE, so she is tapping all that also.
She's worked very hard the last few years.
Yes, very, very hard, ma'am, and very innovative and very progressive person.
Yes, and another thing I liked was creating love and respect for the country, which is totally lacking these days. The national spirit and pride of the country.
Yes.
And you all are working on that. That's a great idea.
One thing I would like to share here also, this NEP talks about letting children know about the culture of India, various states, everything. But one unfortunate thing was we started a course called Knowledge and Traditions of India for classes 11th and 12th, I think almost 7 years back. But there were hardly any takers for that course.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe that was not mapped with the higher education, or children thought that is not necessary. And it was an optional subject though, we developed such a beautiful book for that is also available on the website, but there were hardly any takers for that.
And also your stress on early education, Anganwadi education is also a great idea, because that's the time when children pick up to the age of 6 years and 8 years. That's the time children learn and their IQ develops till the age of 8. So the more we teach them, the more languages they learn, the better they are in. And let's hope all the changes that you're going to bring in are going to create happy learners and happy children, a happy environment in this class, and which will reflect in the total environment in the country also.
We hope so, ma'am. We pray for that.
Looking forward to the new changes that you all are initiating.
We are working for that. Anybody else who would like to ask about board exam, anything? उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा interest होता है board exam में.
Yes, absolutely. But probably we are waiting for the details that you're going to work out. Yes, and then we'll put forth a lot of questions to you.
Sure, anytime.
I'm the director of Ashiana Public School, Chandigarh. So,
okay, that's so good too.
So there'll be a lot of questioning once you give us the details.
We get so many good teachers from you, ma'am. Really appreciate you send them for trainings and all. Very good response from you.
I've been knowing you're the teacher of teachers, of all teachers.
No, ma'am, not at all.
So I appreciate your telling us everything in detail.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for your comprehensive and very crisp details on the new policy.
I hope it was not boring, ma'am.
No, it was very nice. We are in nothing. And now I would like, should I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I call upon our another speaker for next thing. I would like to share one thing. हम जब पढ़ा करते थे तो हमें ये बताते थे कि शिक्षा के या लर्निंग के 3 लेवल्स होते हैं. One is विद्या, second is शिक्षा, and third is ज्ञान. As Anjali madam said कि there is talent. Talent means competency, जो हमारे पास गॉड गिफ्टेड होती है, अपने आप आ जाती है. हम कई बार देखते हैं कि ऐसे बच्चे जिनको कुछ पढ़ना लिखना नहीं आता, बट दे नो आर्ट, कुछ आवाजें निकाल लेते हैं, कुछ तैरते हैं, कुछ जो है जादूगरी दिखाते हैं. ये सारी जो है ये विद्या होती है, जो विद्या के अंडर आती है. एंड सेकंड इज शिक्षा, व्हिच इज व्हाट इज टीचिंग. बट टीचिंग इज also not confined to the 4 walls of school. I think and I believe that till our last day we are the students for whole of our lives. And third is inner quest of knowledge. जो हमारे अंदर एक ज्ञान की ज्वाला होती है, एक जो है हमारे अंदर एक चीज होती है कि हम कुछ सीखना चाहते हैं, that is quest. And I would like here to share one story which is related to my subject, that is Sanskrit. We all of us know Mahakavi Kalidas, and most of us must be knowing that Kalidas, who is world renowned poet or writer or Mahakavi, he was a fool in the beginning. He was a big fool. You know, he was married to Princess Vidyotima, and Vidyotima was the princess and very learned lady of her times. उसने अपने स्वयंवर के लिए यही शर्त रखी थी कि जो उसको शास्त्रार्थ में हरा देगा उसी के साथ वो शादी करेगी। Many people came, बहुत सारे राजकुमार, बहुत सारे पंडित सभी आए, but nobody could जो है उसे हरा सका। तो अब विद्योतिमा थोड़ी निराश होगी कि कोई भी ऐसा नहीं है जो मुझे हरा सके, और जो पंडित लोग आए थे या राजकुमार आए थे वो बड़े फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए कि हम इसको हरा नहीं सके। सो दे कंस्पायर, उन्होंने एक षड्यंत्र रचा कि इसकी शादी एक ऐसे आदमी से कराएं जो महामूर्ख हो, और वो सब मिलकर एक महामूर्ख की खोज में निकले। तो उन्होंने देखा कि कालिदास एक पेड़ के ऊपर बैठ के उसी की टहनी को काट रहे हैं। उन्होंने उसको वहां से नीचे उतारा और बोला कि तेरी शादी जो है हम बहुत बड़ी राजकुमारी से करवाएंगे, लेकिन शर्त ये है कि तू बिल्कुल चुपचाप रहेगा और ऐसा बिहेव करेगा कि तूने मौन व्रत रखा है। जब वो उसको वहां लेके गए और ये कहा कि ये एक बहुत बड़े पारंगत पंडित हैं, लेकिन ये इस वक्त जो है मौन में है, इसलिए ये कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे, इनकी तरफ से जवाब हम देंगे। विद्योतिमा ने उसको स्वीकार कर लिया और उसने जो है उनको उंगली दिखा करके एक परमात्मा के बारे में पूछा कि क्या परमात्मा एक है। कालिदास ने सोचा कि ये मेरी एक आंख निकालेगी, तो उन्होंने 2 उंगलियां निकाल के कहा मैं तेरी 2 आंखें निकाल दूंगा। और उनके जो पंडित थे उन्होंने उसका ये जवाब दिया कि आप जो है एक परमात्मा पूछ रहे हैं, लेकिन कालिदास के मुताबिक पुरुष और प्रकृति ये जो है दोनों ही मिलकर इस संसार को चलाने वाले हैं, इसलिए इन्होंने 2 उंगलियां निकाली हैं। विद्योतिमा ने उसको मान लिया। उसके बाद विद्योतिमा ने 5 उंगलियां उठा करके 5 तत्वों के बारे में पूछा। कालिदास ने सोचा कि ये मुझे थप्पड़ मारेगी, मैं इसको मुक्का मारूंगा। तो पंडितों ने उसका ये जो है व्याख्या की कि ये कह रहे हैं कि हाँ, 5 तत्वों से ही जो है ये सारी प्रकृति चलती है। विद्योतिमा की शादी हो गई, अब वो घर में आ गए। जब रात को वो सोने लगे तो बाहर जो है वो ऊंट जा रहे थे, और संस्कृत में ऊंट को उष्ट्र बोलते हैं, लेकिन कालिदास को ये भी नहीं पता था। उसने ऊँटों की आवाज सुनी और बोला उठ उठ। विद्योतिमा को एकदम से समझ आ गया कि ये महामूर्ख आदमी है, और उसने जो है उसको धक्के देके घर से बाहर निकाल दिया और कहा कि जब तक तुम कुछ सीख नहीं जाते तुम घर वापस नहीं आओगे। इस बात से कालिदास को इतनी ज्यादा ठेस लगी कि वो उज्जैन चले गए, और उज्जैन में जाके उन्होंने जो है सरस्वती की पूजा शुरू की। वहाँ बैठ करके उन्होंने जब निरंतर अभ्यास किया और ये बात उनसे प्रार्थना की कि अगर आप मेरे पास नहीं आएंगे तो मैं अपनी जीवा काट दूंगा। और कहते हैं कि लास्ट में जब वो अपनी जीवा काटने के लिए तैयार थे तो सरस्वती आके उनकी जुबान पे बैठ गई, और कालिदास जो हैं सिर्फ 7 पुस्तकें लिख के संसार में प्रसिद्ध हो गए। जब कालिदास वापिस आए तो उन्होंने आके जब दरवाजे पे नॉक किया, विद्योतिमा ने दरवाजा खोल के पूछा अस्ति कश्चित वागर्थु, क्या तुम्हारी वाणी में कोई अर्थ है? कालिदास ने इन 3 शब्दों से 3 महाकाव्यों की रचना की। अस्ति से उन्होंने मेघदूत रचा, कश्चित से उन्होंने कुमार संभव, शिवजी और पार्वती की कथा लिखी, और वागर्थु से उन्होंने संसार में सबसे प्रसिद्ध महाकाव्य रघुवंश की रचना की। तो इस तरह से कालिदास जो है वो अपनी पत्नी के धिक्कारे जाने पर इतने बड़े महाकवि बने, क्योंकि उनकी जो इनर क्वेस्ट थी ज्ञान पाने की प्रज्वलित हो गई कि उन्होंने जो है सबसे ज्यादा में ख्याति पाई। कहते हैं कि क्लासिकल संस्कृत की कवियों की गिनती करते वक्त जिस वक्त गिनती शुरू हुई तो पहली उंगली के ऊपर कालिदास का नाम आया, कालिदास कालिदास कालिदास, और उसके बाद उनके तुल्य कोई भी कवि ना होने की वजह से इस उंगली का नाम अनामिका पड़ा, और आज भी हम संस्कृत में इस उंगली को अनामिका कहते हैं। सो दिस इज द ज्ञान, दिस इज द क्वेस्ट which makes a man perfect। और कालिदास अपने उन 7 रचनाओं के कारण आज भी संसार में सबसे ज़्यादा जानी जाती है। तो इससे मेरी बात खत्म होती है। नाउ आई इनवाइट मैडम कानन दीवान जी टू से फ्यू वर्ड्स। दिस इज कानन दीवान।
I will have to unmute Kanan ji.
Kanan ma'am, please unmute yourself.
ठीक हो गया।
I would like to speak for a minute. Can I?
Ma'am, Kanan ji पहले बोलेंगे। हाँ जी, we'll come to you also.
Good evening, everybody.
My dear friends, आपने अभी भी इतने विद्वानों को सुना, बड़ी बड़ी बातें सुनी, सारा करिकुलम, सारा CBSE का क्या है, बहुत बड़े विद्वानों को सुना, फिर पहले अंजलि को सुना, फिर हरिंदरजीत जी को सुना, उन्होंने भी बहुत ऊंची बातें की। मैं आपको प्राइमरी स्कूल लेवल पर ले आने वाली हूँ कि क्या है हमारा रोटरी का मिशन, क्या है हमारा रोटरी का मिशन है। लिटरेसी इंडिया का आज के समय में बहुत विशेष महत्व है। हमारे अगले साल के प्रेसिडेंट शेखर मेहता ने अगले 5 वर्षों में भारत के हर बच्चे को साक्षर बनाने का वादा किया है, और उस वादे को निभाने के लिए, उस जिम्मेदारी को पूरा करने के लिए हमें कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चलना है। और अपने इस अभियान द्वारा, साक्षरता के अभियान द्वारा, हमने देश के हर बच्चे को साक्षर बनाना है। आपको ये जानकर खुशी होगी कि ईयर 2018-19 में जब हमने पीर मशल्ला गवर्नमेंट प्राइमरी स्कूल में हमने नए क्लासरूम बनाए थे, वहां पर कोई बाउंड्री वॉल नहीं थी स्कूल की, कोई क्लासरूम बच्चों के लिए पूरे नहीं थे, तो हमने वहां पर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाया, 2 नए क्लासरूम बनाए, एक बच्चों के खाने के लिए शेड बनाया, टॉयलेट्स बनाए, और काम शुरू कर दिया। ऊपर वाला मदद करता गया, दान आता गया, पैसे आते गए, और वो जाके हमने 22 लाख का प्रोजेक्ट पूरा किया। We started with a meager sum of 3 lakhs in our hand when we started it. तो जैसे कहते हैं कारवां बढ़ता गया, पैसे आते गए, और हमने 22 लाख का प्रोजेक्ट कंप्लीट किया। आपको ये जानकर खुशी होगी कि जिस स्कूल में 150 बच्चे थे, आज उस स्कूल में 320 बच्चे एनरोल हुए हैं मार्च 2020 में। अब वहां पर डबल से भी ज्यादा एनरोलमेंट है बच्चों की। तो ये क्या हुआ, हमने इतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बनाया, तभी तो वो बच्चे इतने आ पाए वहां पर, नहीं तो कैसे आते, कहाँ समाते, कहाँ उनको बिठाते। लेकिन आज के दिन में फिर वो जो 320 बच्चों के लिए वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फिर कम पड़ गया है। तो इसलिए वहाँ हमें अब उनकी तरफ से रिक्वेस्ट आई है, स्कूल प्रिंसिपल की तरफ से रिक्वेस्ट आई है कि वहाँ पर 2 क्लासरूम कम से कम और चाहिए, और खाने का शेड भी बड़ा चाहिए। जिस खाने के शेड में 150 बच्चे पूरे आते थे, अब वहाँ वो कहते हैं 320 बच्चे आ गए हैं और आगे और बढ़ने की संभावना है। तो कहते हैं हम कैसे बच्चों को अकोमोडेट करें, ये उनकी समस्या है। खेलने के लिए भी झूले लगाए थे, वो झूलों में अब बच्चे लड़ते हैं क्योंकि उनको पूरे नहीं होते, वो बहुत कम हो गया है। तो इस साल फिर हमें, मेरी आप सबसे अपील है कि फिर से हम उस स्कूल के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को एक बार फिर बड़ा करें। उसमें 2 बातें हैं, एक तो क्लासेस, जैसे कि अब नर्सरी केजी पे ज्यादा एलिमेंट्री एजुकेशन उन्होंने शुरू की है, तो एलिमेंट्री क्लास में ही 90 चिल्ड्रन हो गए। तो उन 90 चिल्ड्रन के लिए हमें 2 क्लासरूम्स की कम से कम जरूरत है। पहले से थोड़े से बड़े भी बनाने पड़ेंगे वो रूम्स। तो जहाँ मील सर्व करते हैं वहां भी ज्यादा जगह चाहिए। वहां एक शेड प्रपोज कर रहे हैं कि जहां पर बच्चे सब इकट्ठे बैठ के खाना भी खा सकें, और क्लब असेंबली नहीं, सॉरी, स्कूल की असेंबली भी हो सके। तो इस सब के लिए हमें प्रोविजन करना है। इसके लिए हमने कुछ CSR फंड्स का इंतजाम कर रहे हैं, और कुछ डिस्ट्रिक्ट ग्लोबल ग्रांट से 1 लाख रुपया मिल रहा है हमें टॉयलेट बनाने के लिए, जो कि पास्ट प्रेसिडेंट अमरजीत सिंह इंतजाम कर रहे हैं और CSR से तकरीबन 5 लाख का हमने ऑलरेडी आयोजन कर लिया है। तो मेरी आप सबसे अपील है और मुझे आशा ही नहीं पूर्ण विश्वास भी है कि इस साक्षरता अभियान में, इस यज्ञ में आप जरूर आहुति डालेंगे और आज लिटरेसी डे के इस शुभ अवसर पर हम ये कार्य प्रारंभ करें तो इससे बड़ी अच्छी बात और क्या हो सकती है। मेरी आप सबसे अपील है, ये प्रोजेक्ट टोटल कॉस्ट इसकी है तकरीबन 25 lakhs। वी हैव अबाउट 6 lakhs इन अवर किटी। बाकी कुछ आप जैसे दाता देंगे, कुछ ऊपर वाला कहीं ना कहीं से इंतजाम करेगा। तो मुझे पूर्ण विश्वास है कि हम इस प्रोजेक्ट को 2 साल पहले जैसे हमने पूरा किया था ऐसे फिर पूरा कर पाएंगे। ऐसी मेरी मनोकामना है, ऐसी मेरी अभिलाषा है और ऐसे मेरी आप सबसे अपील है कि आप इसके लिए अपना सहयोग दें। सबसे पहले मैंने ये प्रपोजल प्रेसिडेंट के साथ रखी, संजय भाटिया के साथ। उन्होंने कहा कि आज के दिन में मैं 25,000 कमिट करता हूँ, आगे आने वाले समय में जैसे जैसे जरूरत होगी करते जाएंगे। आज के दिन उन्होंने 25,000 रुपए देने का, इस आहुति में डालने का प्लान किया है। उसी के साथ हम आगे चलेंगे। इस यज्ञ में 21,000 की आहुति मेरी तरफ से है और मैं आप सबसे अपील करूंगी कि आप भी जितना हो सके थोड़ा बहुत ज्यादा अपनी सामर्थ्य अनुसार आगे बढ़े और इसमें दें। अब मैं यहाँ देख तो सकती नहीं कि कौन कौन बैठे हैं, कौन कौन से दाता यहाँ हैं जिनको कि मैं अपील करूं। प्लीज कम फॉरवर्ड। आज के दिन, लिटरेसी डे के दिन, कुछ ना कुछ इसमें जरूर सहयोग दें। हाँ जी, शाजू पीटर प्लीज, आप क्या दे रहे हैं? मुझे पता नहीं कौन बैठे हैं मीटिंग में। आप संजय प्लीज। शुचि,
हाँ
मेरी
जी
आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ
मेरी
जी,
आवाज आ रही है?
बिल्कुल आ रही है, बिल्कुल आ रही है मैम।
कोई रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आ रही ना, तो बताओ कौन बैठे हैं मीटिंग में, मैं उनको रिक्वेस्ट करूं।
हाँ मैम, शाजू सर आई थिंक हैज लेफ्ट, आई कैन नॉट सी हिम।
शुचि आप बोले हो सबसे पहले, आप क्या दोगे?
ओके मैम, 2500 फ्रॉम माय साइड।
चलो, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। और कौन है? जो बैठे हैं सबको दो मैं, बिकॉज आई कैन सी एनीवन।
मैम सब बैठे हुए, राम ससरिया सर, दीपक सर।
राम ससरिया जी क्या दे रहे हैं? राम ससरिया जी तो को चेयरमैन है इस प्रोजेक्ट के शुरू से। इनसे तो मेरी बहुत उम्मीद है, मुझे बहुत उम्मीद है। प्रोजेक्ट चलाना ही इन्होंने है, मैं तो इनके पीछे पीछे चलूंगी।
हम सब लोग हैं।
राम ससरिया जी आप क्या दे रहे हैं आज के दिन? आगे फिर देते रहना जो देना हो, आज के दिन के लिए। हेलो, आवाज आ रही है मेरी? नहीं जा रही।
शायद मेरी नहीं सुन रही आपको।
हाँ जी सर बोलिए, सर बोलिए।
तो आई एम वर्किंग विद समबडी, particularly you see my son is sick, और ठीक होने के बाद में we will try to do something bigger, कोशिश करें।
हाँ जी, थैंक यू, थैंक यू। इन्होंने तो कहा है कि हम एक कमरे में काफी मदद करेंगे बनाने में। So nice of you.
I will talk to him.
अशोक पुरी जी बड़ी कर रहे हैं, अशोक पुरी भी कहीं से पैसा लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उनकी भी तरफ से काफी अच्छी रकम आएगी। बाकी मैं सब मेंबर्स से अपील करती हूँ कि कुछ ना कुछ, मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि 5-5 हजार सब दे दो, कम से कम, कम से कम। जो बड़े लोग हैं वो तो बड़ा दान दे सकते हैं, वो तो ज्यादा देंगे ही देंगे, लेकिन मिनिमम 5,000 मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है कि सभी दे दें।
मैम दे देंगे।
हाँ जी, हरिंदर जीत जी की तरफ से 5,000 आ गया जी। और कौन बैठे हैं? शशि जी हैं, इंदु जी।
हाँ जी, इंदु मैम है, शशि मैम भी थी।
लिटरेसी के लिए मांग रहे हैं
जी। स्कूल बनारस की शशि मैम इज आल्सो नॉट देयर, राइट?
आई थिंक शी हैज लेफ्ट।
चलो मैं 2,000 दे दूंगी, 2000.
इंदु जी की तरफ से 2000. शुचि लिखते जाओ जरा.
जी मैम. Sanjay sir is writing, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you, Sanjay sir.
लूथर साहब हैं कि नहीं? लूथर साहब हैं?
जी नहीं.
जी नहीं. अच्छा.
मैम इसको since editor Vora sir हैं यहाँ पे, we'll take this appeal through the bulletin also, and आप एक sort of एक target माने रखना चाहते हैं या कैसे, and we will through
क्लब से
WhatsApp.
मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि 5 लाख क्लब से आना चाहिए.
ठीक है. So we'll put that appeal through the
बाकी
bulletin.
हम अरेंज कर लेंगे कहीं ना कहीं से.
संजय लिस्ट टू हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन.
हैं जी.
जो जिन लोगों ने ऑलरेडी कमिट कर दिया उनका लिस्ट मेरे को भेज देना बुलेटिन में डालने के लिए.
हाँ जी.
मैं तो इनर व्हील को भी बराबर देती हूँ. हाँ जी, मुझे बोलने दो यार, मुझे तो बोलने दो.
हाँ जी बोलो इंदु जी.
हाँ जी, मैं बोलूं?
हाँ जी, ma'am, please.
Good evening, everybody. Today my video is bad. I have already shown you the picture is coming ulti-pulti. So I'll talk without video. So I just want to compliment Rotarian Anjali Chhabra. She's given excellent presentation. She has explained it so well, thrown light on every aspect of new education policy. सुन रहे हो आप?
हाँ जी मैम. हाँ जी.
New education policy drafted by Dr. Kasturi Nandan ji and other intellectuals is par excellence. It has got holistic approach, जैसे हम देख रहे थे सब. It deals with the development of person's intellectual, emotional, social, physical, artistic, creative and spiritual potentials. कोई field नहीं उन्होंने छोड़ा. It is inquiry based. जैसे कि मैंने पिछली में राधा कृष्ण जी के बारे में बोला था कि he wanted this type of education, inquiry based. It is analytic based, but it will take a long time before it is implemented, even after getting it made a law. The mindset of the people will have to be changed. There was a survey about the medium of instruction. More than 60% people want English medium. मैं आपको बताती हूँ, I am running a elementary school. 2 साल का बच्चा पेरेंट लेके आते हैं और कहते हैं इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल है. तो मैं कहती हूँ आप घर में क्या बोलते हैं? कहते जी ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ बोलते हैं. अंग्रेजी सीखन आ रहा साडा बच्चा. So this is the mindset. We have to change the mindset. But with grit and determination, we can change it. As of now, there is many a slip between the cup and the lip. Woods are lovely, dark and deep. Woods are lovely, dark and deep. But I have a promise to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Miles to go before I sleep. Thank you.
Thank you, Indu ji. And now I invite Madam Renu Chopra to extend a vote of thanks. Madam Renu Chopra.
Renu ma'am, please unmute yourself.
अच्छा जी, कर लेती हूँ. Sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very truly quoted by Mem Folks. The fire of literacy is created by the sparks between a child, a book, and the person reading. Chief guest of the evening, Anjali Chhabra ji, our President Sir, Secretary, and all members present in this virtual educative meet to enhance our awareness on National Education Policy 2020 with relevance to schools. We have been enriched by Rotarian Anjali Chhabra today on the new education policy. But I think already Madam Indu Luthra has spoken so high of the policy and everything quoted by Anjali ji. I think I have nothing more to say. She has been best in what she has conveyed. I would like to convey my thank you to everyone and to Madam Anjali for sharing the wonderful knowledge with the team of dedicated Rotarians. Thank you very much.
Now I hand over the next proceeding to our worthy President Sanjay Bhatia.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you everyone who was part of this session on education literacy and the national education policy. I'll now request and invite our Secretary Shuchi for the further proceedings, which is announcements and birthdays, anniversaries.
Thank you.
Shuchi, just a minute, I forgot. We had today, we had someone attending, I think, AG Rotarian Rita Kshetrapal. Is Anjali still there?
Yes, she's there.
Anjali, I'm sorry we missed her. She was there for quite some time. I think she's from Korba and
yes, she's
Rotarian.
from Korba and a very senior Rotarian.
Yes, could you just inform the members? Yes.
Sure. And she and her husband, Dr. Pradeep Kshetrapal, who unfortunately passed away this January, they have been doing such a wonderful job in Korba. They are running a school in Korba for deaf and dumb and blind, physically challenged children, basically. And they are so dedicated in the service that they live with those children only in the campus. So all throughout their life, they have devoted everything belongs to them to these children, and they are working in that field. And the late Dr. Pradeep Kshetrapal was an eminent professor of physics, and he's the only one on the Google whose lectures from class 11 to 12 in physics, the full syllabus of CBSE is available on YouTube free of cost. अगर आप YouTube पे, otherwise you go to the YouTube and after 1 or 2 lectures you watch of a certain teacher, they ask for a money, but he's the only one, and he has been awarded for that by Google, by YouTube and various platforms. Also he has been recognized, and they are doing wonderful job in the field of social service, which I say it's really commendable. It's not that they are our relatives or I know him and her personally, but they are wonderful human beings. And thanks to Rotary also for keeping their spirit alive and supporting them in all senses. Thank you so much.
Yeah. If I could just correct, is this the death which happened in Calcutta a couple of months ago?
Yes, sir. On January 10th, he passed away peacefully in his sleep.
Okay, I'm so sorry they're not here right now. I would have loved to, just.
I think she dropped the connection somehow. She was there.
That's okay, but I would take a small brief note from you. We will put in the bulletin and we share that copy, issue.
Sure.
For Dr. Vora will come up.
I'll
and thank you for inviting them. Thank you so much. Shuchi, yes, sorry for interrupting you.
No. Thank you, President Sanjay. Before we go on to the announcements, we have past President Dr. Vora. He has a question for Anjali ma'am. Vora sir, please go ahead.
Yes. Anjali, I have a question.
सर मुश्किल सवाल नहीं पूछना है. मैंने अभी एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में बोला है बोर्ड के एग्जाम इजी होने वाले हैं, तो आप मुझसे मुश्किल सवाल नहीं पूछेंगे. नहीं,
मैंने एजुकेशन के बारे में पूछना ही नहीं, मैंने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पूछना है. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन क्वेश्चन मेरा ये है, वंस एक बार हुआ था ऐसे कि एक देयर वाज अ प्रिंसिपल ऑफ अ स्कूल एंड ही वाज अ प्रिंसिपल फॉर वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम और काफी अच्छा, ही वाज अ गुड प्रिंसिपल. But when the time came for him to be promoted to DPI, so question was raised that he has got less teaching experience. So I don't know if he was promoted to DPI or not. क्योंकि question mark बाबू ने लगा दिया कि आपका teaching experience कम है, आप चाहे भले चाहे आप 30 साल से principal हो, कोई बात नहीं.
सर प्रिंसिपल को एक्चुअली जी सॉरी, आप प्लीज कंप्लीट करिए.
A principal for a very long time.
जी I got it sir. एंड में आप क्या बोल रहे थे?
मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपका क्या राय है इसके बारे में. If a person is a principal for a long time और उसको बोला जाए कि आपका टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस कम है, आपने सारी उम्र प्रिंसिपल में काट दी है, not fit to become eligible for further promotion.
सर ये जो डीपीआई है ना, ये इन लोगों के अलग से नॉर्म्स हैं। तो जो प्रिंसिपल का जॉब है वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव जॉब में काउंट करते हैं।
अच्छा,
उसको टीचिंग में काउंट नहीं करते हैं।
अच्छा, वो टीचिंग में काउंट नहीं होगा।
हाँ, इस वजह से हुआ होगा। बहुत
अच्छा।
ज्यादा एक्यूरेटली मुझे नहीं मालूम है कि डीपीआई के रूल्स क्या है। यहाँ चंडीगढ़ की बात कर रहे हो आप या पंजाब की?
मेरे ख्याल पुरानी बात होगी, तो मैं तभी आज ख्याल आया आपको देख के।
हाँ, तो वो इसीलिए होगा सर। एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव साइड पे जब आ जाते हैं आप, तो फिर वो टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस नहीं मानते हैं, वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपीरियंस आपका मानते हैं।
तो आज भी ऐसे ही चल रहा है? अभी भी ऐसे ही है?
सर हमारे यहाँ भी जैसे जब अवार्ड्स देते हैं, हम अभी हमने सीबीएसई के अवार्ड्स दिए हैं, तो हम उसमें काउंट करते हैं। लेकिन हम लोग टीचिंग एक्सपीरियंस ये प्रमोट भी करते हैं कि जो प्रिंसिपल है वो रोज एक क्लास जरूर ले। तो हम उसको इतना सीबीएसई लेवल पे तो नहीं करते हैं, अब डीपीआई करते होंगे शायद।
The principal should take at least one class.
Thank you, Vora sir. Thank you, Anjali. We'll quickly go to the announcements. The announcements are the following. We have a program tomorrow. It's called Date with Sonu Sood. Basically, Sonu Sood is coming online. The date is tomorrow, 12th of September from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Because of this, the board meeting has been moved from tomorrow to day after. So our board meeting this time, the third board meeting, will be on Sunday at 11 a.m. on the same Zoom platform. Next Friday, we have an eye doctor coming. Her name is Dr. Vishali Gupta, and the topic would be eye in diabetes. I would request all the Rotarians and the ants to please be present and get all the knowledge from Vishali, Dr. Vishali. And if you have any such questions, because all of us are using online platforms all the time, I'm sure everybody must be dealing with eye issues. Coming to the birthdays, we have birthdays of Rotarians Neerja Nagpal on 13th of September. Then we have birthday of Mr. Surinder Chandok, Rotarian Surinder Chandok, 16th September. And our very own Lalita ma'am, 17th September. I think I can't see Lalita ma'am. Has she left? Okay, a very heartiest congratulations, ma'ams. And wedding anniversary of Rotarian Asha and Rotarian DK Gupta on 13th September. Also, wedding anniversary of Rotarian Indu and past President Rotarian Premanand sir. Congratulations, ma'am and sir. I can see you. Kindly unmute yourself. Let's begin. Heartiest congratulations. कोरोना नहीं है, कोरोना है वरना पार्टी बनती है।
क्लब प्रोजेक्ट के लिए तो बनता ही बनता है।
Premanand sir, are you giving anything to the TRF? Sanjay Kalra sir is also there. संजय सर आपको बोलो, बनता है, आपकी वेडिंग एनिवर्सरी है।
हम तो लीव कर रहे हैं।
Which anniversary, which number? उतने हजार कर दो।
Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you.
बोलो संजय सर।
Let's enjoy now.
Okay, yes, that's all from my
end. कॉफी पिला दो ना यार, कोई
The meeting is back to you.
मैं अपना करके देखूं वीडियो।
हाँ जी। ये तो मैम आप घर आ जाओ, back to Panchkula, we can have coffee here. Sorry Sanjay sir, go ahead.
Yes ma'am, Indu ma'am, आपका वीडियो बिल्कुल perfect आ रहा है अभी।
Perfect आ रहा है।
So we come towards the close of the meeting. I would definitely.
अंजलि शिवानी चले गए यार, मैं फोटो।
I would definitely like to thank our Education Literacy Chair, Dr. Harinderjeet, for organizing such a wonderful meet. Asha Bhatts for coming on and doing the invocation. It really touched my heart. Lalita Prakashji, who added a lot of value, even though she was invited to do the introduction of our keynote speaker, Anjali Chhabra. But it would be wonderful if Lalita ma'am can also attend every meeting. They bring so much value. And of course, a vote of thanks that was given to Renu Chopra ma'am